The metaverse is so useless. $10 billion have been used to create the metaverse, yet Meta, aka Facebook, has lost $1 trillion in value since changing its name. What have they accomplished as a result? A lifeless Zuck selfie in a virtual France. Hello and welcome back to Metaverse. In this video, we will be talking about why Metaverse is so useless. Let's get started. Facebook is still flooding the Metaverse with cash. They have now invested roughly $10 billion in the construction of this monstrosity over several months. Introducing Horizon Worlds in Spain and France. The French invasion is significantly worse than every other invasion put together. You have to realize that Mark Zuckerberg is the worst conqueror to have an extraterrestrial overlord. The Zuck is now attempting to claim that Facebook invented the metaverse. Maybe he does that because his business lost more than $500 billion trying to construct it. However, there are other categories of metaverses that have been around for a long time, and because of the designers of these virtual worlds genuinely comprehend their target customers, they are all far more successful. Use Second Life as an illustration. This game has been around for about 20 years now. Some of you who are watching it are older than it, and here is how the characters looked 20 years ago. Despite employing graphics from the 1980s and having a budget 100 millionth that of Meta, these early Second Life figures somehow seem more real than those of the metaverse. It doesn't really matter how accurate the graphics are for a video game to be enjoyable. In reality, if you insist on having ludicrously advanced graphics in your virtual world or video game, you'll only wind up hurting yourself. Because suddenly the system requirements to maintain a smooth frame rate in your virtual environment will increase significantly. When you enable RTX, your graphics card will consume more power than your entire major home appliances, put together, requiring a PC that costs more than a vehicle in order to run at consistent 60 frames per second. Ideally, your PC is not connected to the same socket as the room's lights begin to flicker. The enormous metaverse is above overrated in terms of graphics. When playing your game or entering your metaverse, what players actually want is to feel something they want to feel. If that's what they want to name it, simply call it soul, as it's difficult to describe the experience in scientific terms. The games with the most spirits are the ones that people like playing the most. Because of the current virtual world concept and how much spirit it has, Second Life is definitely the game that I see most people compare to Metaverse. However, those who participated in Second Life often take it quite seriously, even when you compare the budgets because their trees actually have foliage on them. It's difficult to see why Amazing Worlds are fairly extraordinary when compared to the Metaverse, even though it does have some soul. In VR games, people desire certain things. They prefer truly remarkable items over the dull schlock we've seen in the Metaverse. How did Meta manage to spend $10 billion on this project? Because Marcus isn't even posting in the new Super Luigi in the Metaverse, the U community is aware the moment Marcus appears in the Metaverse. To eventually have Nintendo Wii graphics and still be worse than the verse, you can be sure that he will become a bandit. People like engaging in these virtual worlds in video games, blogging, acting like a goof and engaging in activities that are out of character for you. Some sound like something anyone can perform with a green screen in real life while standing in front of a poor recreation of the Eiffel Tower. Even in the first Metaverse video, they made an effort to make it appear to be a hip location where people could play poker while floating about in a stylish glass box in outer space. It's just a weird thing if the dealer is a large red robot and the mini blind and big blind are Cortana holograms. Since people appear to truly enjoy the game, Second Life does not have this issue on their channel. You'd think that Meta would use some of that $10 billion to hire people to post positive feedback and thumbs up on their videos. The executives at Meta genuinely think that the Web 3.0, the Metaverse, will one day be an ideal utopia. But this person had to spend almost 5 max cash stacks to get a selfie in their own version of the Metaverse. And they're going to keep pouring money into it. But now that the Zucks are in Decentraland, everything is in disarray. Both of their children play Fortnite and Roblox, respectively, and to create this envisioned utopia, They must all work together in one direction and be able to communicate with one another. But this isn't occurring. Each of these large IT companies has a certain niche in the market, which allows them to compete against one another. This idea that so many people have about video games, where you're going to be able to carry your stuff into every game and you're going to be able to cross your skins into every new video game that comes out, is a complete pipe dream because they're not all doing the same thing. Because each of those games or metaverses is making a ton of money off it. You won't see Fortnite skins combining Roblox skins, mixing with Metaverse skins, or mixing with CSGO skins, having complete control of their individual economies and wares in the game. Even Mark Zuckerberg's ideas about how people should engage with the Metaverse are illogical since he believes that everyone should wear these MetaQuest headsets. But have you ever worn one of these things and found it to be uncomfortable? Since seeing yourself move around in a virtual world without actually moving around in the real world may become very disconcerting, many individuals actually get motion sickness after wearing them for a long time. The system prerequisites are the worst aspect. This VR headset is necessary, as are various activities like Oculus games. You actually need to have a decent gaming PC as well, so you're forced to use the hardware that most people don't have already. Now compare that to some of the highest revenue games of all time. Most of these are multi-platform games like PUBG and Fortnite, which understand that this is the best way to keep people in their games in their metaverses. To make it more accessible on all platforms, you can play on the computer, you can play on your phone, and you can even play PUBG on your smart thermostat. But if you want to take a selfie in front of a crappy version of the Eiffel Tower, go ahead and spend hundreds of dollars on a Quest. You're forced to use hardware that most people don't already have since you also need to have a good gaming PC. Now contrast that with some of the most profitable video games ever. The majority of these are cross-platform games like Fortnite and PUBG, which are aware that this is the greatest way to keep players in their metaverses and in their games. You can play PUBG on the web, your phone, and even your smart thermostat to make it more accessible across all platforms. But if you want to spend hundreds of euros on a Quest to take a photo in front of a subpar replica of the Eiffel Tower, go ahead. From our video, is Metaverse really useless and a waste of money? Please let me know by leaving a comment below, and if you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, turn on the notification bell, and subscribe to our channel Metaverse for more videos like this. Thank you for stopping by to watch. See you in our next video. Bye!